Kia ora whānau. Welcome to the Aftershow of the game between the Arsenal and Chelsea. Aotearoa rotated and we got the 3 points after 4 games without the W. I'm Amit, this is Nav. Before we get into it, for all our fans out there, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to recap the game, share our thoughts.
Yeah.
So we'll get straight into it, man.
To all 5 of our fans, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We love you. All 5 of you.
So, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1.
Yes.
3-1 to
3-1.
Arsenal. First of all, a very big happy birthday to this guy, my man.
It's my big 3-1 today, too.
He's turned 31 and Arsenal have gifted him a 3-1 victory.
I could not have predicted that.
Arsenal are back.
We are back. Thank you for the birthday gift, boys.
After 4 games of kind of dreadful performances, mixed performances, and really bad thoughts in our heads, and feeling very, very sad, Arsenal are back. Back to winning ways, back to playing good football, fluid football that they've been playing all season. We had let's recap the game. So we had a very dominant first half, I thought.
Oh, hell yeah. We started so strong. We started hungry. We wanted to win the ball. We wanted to play. We wanted to dominate. And you can see it.
It looked like we wanted to score.
Yep.
It looked like everything that we've been seeing this whole season.
Yep.
For the reason why we're so far up the table.
Yeah, I think we could have scored before we actually scored.
And coming into the game, it was weird because we had both teams coming into it on a little bit of bad form. Our form is very better because we've scored. We've scored.
I don't think anyone's as bad as Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk.
Unfortunately. We had a very dominant first half. Second half, I think we kind of relaxed a bit. And I think it was more or less sort of game one. So they kind of took a step back, let Chelsea sort of almost come back into the game, maybe.
I think we managed it quite well. In the scheme of things, we managed it well. Except for that, that goal we conceded, which kind of sort of gave the impetus to Chelsea a little bit to put us under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
But then we kind of, they didn't look like they were going to threaten us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Other than
But
few areas.
their goal was almost like a gift. It was like everything that we've been seeing in the last month of, we've been very critical of Arsenal.
Errors.
Yeah, like just little errors, switching off, letting in goals.
Yeah.
And it was just the same as that.
Yep.
But on the other end, we scored 3 very, very good goals.
Beautiful goals.
Xhaka 2 assists. Odegaard
Xhaka.
with 2 beautiful finishes.
Yeah. A different class today, man.
And
different
then
gravy.
that third goal, the third goal by Jesus, my God. The way that man...
brings that ball down.
The ball is there, defender's this far, and the way he brings it onto his chest, lays it on a plate for Xhaka, but who I don't think is expecting it. And so his
Probably should have scored, but...
Yeah, his touch was a little bit bad. It got away from him. And then I think he was a bit confused on what to do, and he just got a toe into it, rebounded back to Jesus, and what a finish from that angle.
Yeah.
Jesus, my God, Jesus.
Yeah. Another great game today,
Yeah.
Some of us turn.
Another goal.
Yep.
Another goal for Jesus. 2 more goals for Odegaard. Odegaard's on 14 goals. When was the last time we had a midfielder on 14 goals?
Nah, I can't remember.
I struggle to remember a time when we had a midfielder on 14 goals. But let's get into some individual performances on why we were so good.
Yeah.
Arteta finally rotated the squad.
Yes,
Me and you have been calling out for him to rotate.
I think a lot of people have been calling out for him to rotate.
Yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans. Surprised that he went with Kiwior.
It was a little bit surprising, yeah.
I thought if there was any game that he would start holding and leave holding on would be this game, because Chelsea's they're not really too much of a threat attacking wise, and so I thought he would have let holding on, let him try play into some form, but he put on Kiwior, and man,
he
what
looks
a
like
player!
Right? Looks like a player, bro.
Honestly, I don't think he's getting enough praise at the moment, because from what I saw, we watch it on TV because we're in New Zealand, so we don't get to watch it live. But we watch it on TV, and for everything I saw, I loved Kiwior. Everything I saw, his tracking back, his interceptions, his reading of the game was really good. He, again, it was the same as Holding, where he didn't really make a mistake in the game, but I think Kiwior's impact on the rest of the team was quite evident today.
I think the main difference is the pace between the two. I think, and I feel like Kiwior's a unit, bro. I mean, to starters, he's got Kiwi in his name, so you know that. Aside from that, but his performance today, yeah, he showed a lot of he kind of made Aubameyang look like a average Joe, you know. That guy's been one of the best strikers in the world for the last 5 to 10 years, Aubameyang, and at the moment he's in a team of where they're not
probably the last 2 years he hasn't.
Yeah, but he's still got it in him. You give him a chance, he's not gonna miss. And he didn't even get a sniff.
Yeah, there was that chance that was it Chilwell had? I think Aubameyang had the chance. He probably put it away.
But then again, that wasn't Kiwior's fault. The guy had him. If he went home, he would have had him.
He made some really good recoveries, and I really liked that. It was more like Saliba.
Yeah, and he because of his pace, he was able to break down play. If the ball, if we went over Jorginho or Xhaka. That space in between our midfield and defense, we're kind of holding sometimes is a little bit, edgy of whether he should press and win the ball.
I think it's just Holding's positioning. Yeah. Before the ball gets played into their area, positioning is very key for centre back.
So because Holding would drop off, right, and then that would allow them to attack us or whoever gets the ball.
Holding does press though.
Yeah, he does, but then it's because of his pace, that 50-50 ball. Sometimes he'll be like, okay, maybe I can't get to that. Which isn't his fault. He's still doing the right thing because he's not getting beaten. But it felt like Kiwior had that, the enthusiasm, that
I think he was just more assured.
Yeah.
He looked more assured. And I mean, two key places that we changed was Kiwior at centre back and Jorginho in midfield for Partey.
I think Jorginho, bro. What a performance!
What a performance against his old club.
Yeah, statement performance. He's probably put his hand up to Arteta and said, "Why aren't you starting me every week?"
Yeah, such a difference when you look at it last week when we had City and you had Jesus and Zinni playing against the old club, and honestly, I thought both of them had a really bad game.
Average game, yeah. And then this guy has gone out there. Enzo's the most expensive European.
I mean, he's up against Enzo and Kante.
Kante, yeah, and Kovacic. All of them have won. I mean, not Enzo, but the other two have won Champions League.
Enzo's won a World Cup.
Enzo's won a World Cup, and he's the most expensive. Like I just said. Yeah. And they look average against Jorginho.
Yeah, one thing I really like about Jorginho is his positioning.
Yep.
It's different to Partey. I think Partey relies more on his athleticism and his ability to kind of nick the ball, which is why sometimes he gives away fouls and free kicks in dangerous areas. Yeah. And we saw it again when he came on. One of the first things he did was give away a free kick. But with Jorginho, I think I really like his positioning because maybe he's aware that he doesn't have the same athleticism in midfield. So he positions himself really well to either win the ball back or to slow the opponent down so that it never comes up to that point.
Yeah. I felt like he had a really strong game. Not saying... I still think, Partey on his day is probably one of the best midfielders in the league. Yeah. Still
on form,
when he's on his day, yeah. But, when he's having dips of form, I feel like we should trust Jorginho. And, maybe if we did this a couple of games earlier, we probably would have won that West Ham game.
West Ham, yeah. Southampton as well.
Southampton, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. But that's all hindsight, right? It's easy to say looking back at it. But yeah, I mean, Jorginho gives us more control as well.
Yeah, and consistency,
I feel like the way he passes is quicker than what Partey does. Yeah. I feel like Partey doesn't quite move the ball as quick as Jorginho, and again, it might be because he knows that he lacks some sort of element in pace and athleticism.
He doesn't want to get caught on the ball. He's kind of taught. I mean, he's played in the Premier League.
And he's a very smart player too. He's aware of everything, everyone. and maybe he has a little bit more leadership. I think.
Yeah.
Like we've often complained that the space between the midfield and the back line recently has been, there's been quite a bit of a gap, and that's led people in between the lines.
Yeah.
Especially it was evident against City. But I think with Jorginho, because he's so vocal on the pitch, he's pulling everyone together, and then when he sees the gap, he goes and puts himself into the gap and pulls people over.
Yeah.
And I think that helps the overall team performance. And I think he has a better impact than Partey, especially at the moment. I think he has a better impact.
I think it was a welcome change, like all the Kiwi or Jorginho. The team needed something fresh.
Yeah.
And, because we've played the same players the whole year, sort of everyone knows what we're going to do. Now that, we're kind of rotating, it's good.
Yeah.
And Chelsea's, bro, they have a solid team on
They have
paper.
a stacked team on paper.
They're just having an awful, it's
It's like one of
period.
the worst periods I've ever seen them
They're
have.
almost. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but yeah.
I mean, and then moving on.
Yeah, like the front line, like Jesus.
Not before the front line.
Oh yeah.
Freaking.
Oh yeah.
What a player we have, Xhaka. My God.
Oh, bro. Yeah, forgot
even-
about it.
yeah.
For me, I know Odegaard got man of the match, I think, after the game, but for me it was Xhaka, bro.
Me too. I mean, we saw Xhaka in every area of the pitch, winning the ball.
He
For
was
us.
running, winning recovery. He was making recovery tackles in the 92nd minute.
Yeah. And he was out into the opposition's box, and he got 2 assists.
Yeah, and the second one was world class, bro. I mean, the
His-
first one was pretty good.
His precision and the way he drives that ball.
There was for both assists. There was 6 Chelsea players there,
yeah. And
and
Xhaka got to pass all of them.
I don't know what they were doing, but if you think about it in a way, that's just maestro level stuff from Xhaka. Finding Odegaard, the one guy that's in the box.
I don't know what he ate before he came to this game, but my God.
But we were talking about that during the game.
Yeah.
What the hell did you eat, bro? Because I want some of that.
He
That
looked
was-
like he could have played for 100 minutes.
Must have been some KFC gravy, because it was yum, bro.
He looks like he could have played for 100 minutes, bro. Easy.
Man was on it.
And then, again, Jesus with another goal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his overall performance this game was good. He was strong. He linked up play well.
Jesus was an absolute machine because he was running back all the way to near our box to win the ball to make sure Chelsea don't get a chance. And to add to that, the last couple of weeks I've been complaining because Jesus kind of falls over too easy. He's fishing for fouls, but this game he stood up like a man, and he was in both areas of the pitch, winning the ball, driving, and it was so good to see that. I don't know if somebody's told him or if it's just him by himself, but it's so good to see him driving the way he does, not falling down and not fishing for fouls, and at the same time he's got such immense work rate that he's working back. And winning the ball back for us and doubling up and making sure that none of our players are exposed.
Yeah.
And absolute workhorse and, amazing. It's just an incredible performance for him.
The main thing I saw this game, we've seen it before, but his strength, bro, and his composure, his touch under pressure is just amazing. He's not the biggest guy. But he held off guys like Silva, Fofana, they were nothing, bro.
Silva's not an easy guy.
Bro,
to
he's
shield.
a beast, bro. They had some big players, those Chelsea guys, and there's one play where he turned and gave it to Saka, and then they did a 1-2. If that was a goal, bro, I would have probably taken my shirt off or something.
Yeah, we're running out shirtless.
Bro, that was.
I thought he got a little bit bullied maybe in the opening 10 minutes. His strength wasn't holding up, but there's something switched on.
Yeah.
And maybe he read the players better, but he found a way to just hold them off, collect the ball, and give it to the open player. And
He kind of. I think he sort of started doing that at the start before he got injured.
Yeah.
And
he's really good at doing
He's starting to look like that again, and it's good for us, bro. Good time of the season to have him back to his best.
Yeah, and now we have 4 players. I think we're the only team in Europe might have to look up on it, but I think we're the only team in Europe to have 4 players with 10 plus
10 plus
goals.
goals, yeah.
That's, I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus, Odegaard, Martinelli,
Exactly.
and Saka.
Mm.
Our 4 attacking players, and all 4 of them are on 10 plus goals. That's, oh man, like, it's just incredible. It's just,
Yeah, all 4 have been doing well.
it's such a happy day. I'm just so happy. Like, after so long,
It's my birthday and I'm happy. That was a mean birthday gift.
after so long, you know, we have a performance to be happy about.
Yeah.
So.
Anything in that performance that you weren't happy about though? Since we're having a discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I am happy, but
Dim the mood.
Yeah, but it's not. You know, they have their faults. Arsenal have their faults, and the only criticism of today is that we didn't kill the game. We went 3-0 up. It should have been 4, 5, 6, potentially even 7, because Chelsea looked that vulnerable and we looked that good. But for some reason, we sort of slightly take our foot off the gas, and we let the other team play their way back into the game. And it's been something that's been happening quite often lately.
We've got punished for it, like at Liverpool, at West Ham. The same thing.
The last 4 games have been punished for it, right?
Yeah. I mean, Southampton were behind, right? So you can't say, and Man City as well. But those 2 games definitely, like, especially the West Ham one.
Yeah.
We were out. Like, it looked like we could give them, like, 7.
Even the Liverpool game, it looked like we could have gone on to be 3-4 up, but
Yeah.
same thing in this game. But, you know, again, we didn't kill it. We didn't kill off the game. We didn't, we didn't.
Yeah, we did it, and that's I think the difference between Man City and Arsenal at the moment. That's kind of why we've fallen off the top because they kill games.
Yeah,
you know?
that is very true.
They know how to, like even when it's just a goal advantage, they know how to manage those games too. And I guess it's just a experience thing. And I think you know we're learning off this, and we're learning quite fast.
Yeah.
So. Who knows? We still got a chance this year, but
I mean that's a good point you bring up. That even when we were 3-0 up, it's not about us even scoring more. It's just us about managing the game and keeping the ball so that the opposition don't have a chance. City are very good at doing that, and then they find a way to go 4, 5, 6 goals up. Haaland gets a hat trick, but with us, we go 3 goals up, and our way to manage the game is kind of to maybe sit a bit, and then. Once the opposition get the ball, we kind of keep coming deeper and deeper and deeper, and that's when you concede. Because even before the Chelsea goal, even before they scored their goal, it was, I would say there was a good 4 or 5 minutes of Chelsea looking like they were getting back into the game, and I was even telling you, I was like, man, watch this, they're gonna score.
Yeah, it felt like they were gonna score, and we were doing like dumb stuff, you know. We should have scored 2 more. To be honest, like, you know, there was a couple of chances we should have just buried. There's the Xhaka one. They had like a goal line.
Saka had a really good run.
Yeah, and then they had like a goal line clearance.
Oh, yeah.
That was class from Silva.
The Silva one, yeah.
But like, we should have probably scored a couple more before they scored.
Before halftime, eh?
Yeah, before halftime and even after halftime. It's just, it doesn't happen. But then we need to have that maturity to, you know, we're 3 goals ahead. There's like 40 minutes left. Let's not even give them a sniff. Like, you know, have one guy just hold back. Have like, you know, secure the goal. I mean, the clean sheet first, and then think about scoring that 4th.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? Once you're 3-0 up, and if you find a way to just keep the possession and let the other team just be depressed about it. Then you'll
get a chance.
Yeah, you'll get a chance because they'll break, right?
Yeah,
they break, they give up, and then that's when you get the next goal.
Yeah,
and then straight after you get that goal, you get so much more momentum, so much more adrenaline that you go score another one.
Yeah,
but you know, it's an experience thing. But end of the day, we won.
Yep.
And I think even in our previous
we won
show,
well. Like, you know, we won well.
Yeah, we
comfortable. We dominated.
Game.
We bossed it.
Good game of football. You know, we won with a good game of football.
Yeah.
And, you know, even before in the previous show, we said, as long as we get the win, that's all that matters. And it looks like this could potentially spark us into the last 4 games playing well.
We still have a chance, you know, we're top again.
Until tomorrow.
And
When City
City's
play.
got some tricky games.
They do, yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
We've
they
got
do.
tricky games too.
Both of us do, yeah. I think
Yeah.
both of us do.
But
yeah.
how do you feel about Chelsea though? We haven't really talked about them.
I mean, listen, I don't like laughing at other clubs, but man, Chelsea are a laughing stock
Awful.
at the moment.
Awful.
My
I
God.
told you before the game. It's like Chelsea. What did we say? Chelsea Winfrey. You get.
You get points. You get points. You get points. Who wants points? Come.
Bro, but if you look at their last 5 fixtures, I think they've got Bournemouth next, and then Nottingham, who now are like direct rivals with them to get relegated.
Yeah.
And then they've got Man City, Man United, and Newcastle. So in their last 5 games, if you look at their current form, they could potentially lose all 5, and they will be sweating to stay in this league.
Yeah, man.
With the amount of money they've spent,
You know, the thing with Chelsea...
the players they have...
Okay, so they've spent about, I think, close to 600 million this season on the players they have. And, man...
It's
if
so
they spent
bad.
that much paying the officials, they probably would have won a game or two. But my God, what a disaster! What a disaster Chelsea is.
It's
at the
actually
moment.
kind of sad because
It is kind of sad, yeah.
You want them to
Be competitive.
yeah be competitive. It's good for the league.
Yeah.
And they've got good players. Like you don't
They-
want to see those guys get
On
relegated.
paper, they have one hell of a squad.
Yeah.
They have a better squad than us on paper.
Oh hell! I mean,
Yeah.
they've probably got like their whole entire squad is probably next to Man City, if not even better.
Yeah.
Some of the players they have, like they've got Enzo Fernandez, he's won a freaking World Cup.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva, still world class. Forget his age.
Kante,
Kante,
Felix,
that Mudryk,
Mudryk.
and you know what? Like that's one thing that was a negative as well in the Arsenal game, is that the guys were like doing that laser stuff on his eyes and stuff.
Man.
Bro, come on, man.
Whoever you are, bro, get the fuck out of here.
That was so dumb.
That's so dumb.
That's not Arsenal,
Yeah.
bro. Like, yeah, I know the guy ditched us and stuff, and it's annoying, but
Don't do it, bro. Why are you doing that? Like, why? Just
yeah. Anyway,
don't do it, man. And if anybody sees people doing that at the game, they should definitely step up.
yeah, just tell them don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
It makes the club
Tell the
look bad.
security if you have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes the clubs and the fans look bad when they're not. It's just one guy,
Yeah. Because I don't think Arsenal fans are like that.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
not. I mean, other than that, Aubameyang. Wow, Obama. What?
Nothing personal, bro.
Nothing personal. So this guy had, I think I read that he had 9 touches in the game, and 4 of those were kickoffs. Wow, what a fall from grace this guy has had. Then he's gone to Chelsea. Then he did that stupid ad. And now look where you are. No sympathy for that guy.
Yeah, forget him. But their best player for me today was their winger, the right winger. I think it's
Nuni.
Noni Mudryk. Not Mudryk. I forgot his name. I can't say his name. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the guy that scored a goal.
Yeah. Midueki?
Mudiaki, yeah.
Yeah.
Mudiaki.
He looks good, man. He was good. He was lively.
Young guy, awesome. Played
Yeah, he was
well.
good.
That's how Sterling should be playing. That's how.
Yeah,
they
the
should
senior
play.
players really were lacking today.
Yeah, like Raheem Sterling being one of the best players in the league for
Mm.
the last 5-6 years.
Even Kante, I thought he was a
Awful.
bit quiet.
Kante, probably
He
one
was
of their
one of
better
the-
lights.
Yeah.
Kovacic though,
Oh yeah, he had a blinder
what
today.
was he doing?
Yeah.
And Enzo Fernandez doesn't look like he's kind of fitted into the
100
Premier League.
million player. Wow.
Maybe not yet.
Yeah,
He was awesome in the World Cup, so
he was, but nowhere near it at the moment. Jesus.
Havertz didn't have an impact when he came on.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I mean, it was
and
terrible.
I think Azpilicueta still a good player, but I
Should have
think-
got red carded, that guy. Shit.
Alright, yeah.
Should have had like 3 yellows in the game.
Probably always should have get red carded when we play him. When we play Chelsea.
Yeah. But, Arsenal, we're on the bounce. We won. 4 games to go. Looking forward. Newcastle next.
Tough game. Tough.
It's going to be so tough. It's already tough, but it's going to be even harder if we lose Gabriel because it looks like he could be injured. I think he got injured and he tried to carry on because he's a freaking warrior, but he had to come off, and then it looks like
it's gonna be a hard game against Newcastle, bro.
if Gabriel's missing,
with or without him,
if Gabriel's missing for that game,
it's gonna be even harder.
We're gonna have Holding and Kyrgios, and I think Callum Wilson and Isak are gonna look at that. Even
Joe
Chris
Linton,
Wood,
you know,
all of them are gonna look at that and
Chris
be like,
Wood's not there.
you know, yeah, it's fragile.
Shout out to Chris Wood though, but you know, Nottingham Forest. Make sure you get that win over Chelsea.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, we're back to winning ways.
Thank you for the birthday gift, boys. Come on, you Gunners.
Let's go again.